G'day, it's James from Espresso Resto. Today we are going into the future. We've been to the past, now we've gone to the future, or maybe a vision of the future from the 1950s. Think Disney's Tomorrowland or the Lincoln Futura, cars like that, where there's lots of perspex domes and chrome shapes and round edges. This is what Bodum has created in their Granos espresso machine. It's a really cool looking piece. So what we've actually got here, it's a thermoblock machine with a single thermoblock. So when you want coffee, you hit the button and coffee will be pumped, water will be pumped through the thermoblock and then through the group into the portafilter handle. When you want steam, you hit a button, it'll heat up the thermoblock hotter and then it'll pump water through the thermoblock, vaporizing it into steam and coming out the steam one. So what I found was interesting on further investigation with this machine is that my old Breville portafilter was a dead ringer, and sure enough it fits. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's componentry from this that comes out of the same factory that Breville and Sunbeam machines are sourcing their bits and pieces from. So on the front, we've got our range of volumetric control buttons here. We've got a single shot, double shot, and what seems to be 1 and a bit shots, or a very long shot or something like this. And we've got a steam button, hot water button, and I gather that's probably a way to program these shots. I haven't even tried that. That icon looks very odd. And here we've got our knob to control the flow of steam. On a previous coffee I made, the steam flow is really good, so that was rather surprising. So big drip tray here, so when the thermoblock is draining, it actually drains down here and goes up and then into this drip tray, which is quite interesting. It's quite a weighty machine, all cast with a chrome plating on it. This one's starting to go, so it's 2000-ish machine, and you're starting to see a bit of chrome lifting off the casting, which I think actually adds what they call patina. It actually does make it look like it's from the 60s in some regards, like maybe you found it in some sort of like antique shop or whatever, or a sort of retro shop. So we will now have a go at making coffee. So I've got the portafilter loaded up with some coffee. Now on the portafilter you've got some different basket options. There's unpressurized. You can buy all this stuff just like you would for a Breville. These look exactly like the Breville ones. So there's a pressurized one. There's even an ESE pod one. You remember we've done that look at the Francis in a previous video. That goes into here, and then that would then be locked in, just like this. So let's lock it in. Locks over. It locks in nicely, so it's got a nice little positive click into this sort of position. And now I grab my cup from under the dome, the heat dome. Kind of cool. Under it goes, and then so in this instance I like a stronger latte, and I've got the double basket in, so let's press the double shot. And it is, I gather, there's probably a little flow meter in there somewhere to do a volumetric flow. Alright, we've got a pour coming out. A bit hard to see from this angle, but we'll have a look. Running, some crema there. Look, obviously with the normal basket, it's going to be up to how well you've ground and stuff. So, okay, well, it's okay. There's a little bit of crema there, a little bit of crema. So as I said, with the thermoblock, you need to then set the steam off. So the good thing is it does heat up really quite quickly for both steam and for the brew. So I've hit the steam light. The light down here is flashing, indicating that it's putting power into the thermoblock to heat it up. And once that goes solid, we should be good. Yep, see, it's gone solid now. That means that the thermoblock's at a temperature that we can start pushing steam. So bring it over here, and we can just purge the little bit out at the end. There we go. And on and on. There's a decent flow of steam here. And it progresses as well. It starts off a little bit slower, but then builds and builds and builds. I guess as the thermoblock continues to heat up, it's able to vaporize the steam even faster. So that was the Bodum Granos from early sort of 2000-ish. A real sort of future concept looking machine. Can generate pretty decent little home espresso or latte, whatever. Look, if you're considering a Breville 800 ES secondhand or something like this, pretty much seems to me to be the same sort of running gear in something like this. So why not have something that's pretty radical looking on your kitchen bench instead? So, till next time, keep caffeinated.